Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Exchange. I'm your host, Harry Tucker, and this is the show where every day of the week we take a look at what's going on in the world of cryptocurrency and help piece together all the moving parts in this crazy digital universe. Now it's Tuesday, the 22nd of May, and making news today is 2018's breaking records for venture blockchain and crypto funding, and 20% of ICOs are apparently certified scams, plus MIT students have built a crypto mining dancing video game. So stick around because all of that and more is coming up right now. Now, there are reports that Coinbase is looking to add support for the basic attention token. Now, a few weeks ago, Coinbase announced that it will add support for Ethereum-based ERC20 tokens. Now, ordinarily, such an announcement, while interesting, would not be such a big deal, except that Coinbase was, for a while, the #1 app in Apple's iOS App Store and has become somewhat of a kingmaker in the crypto world. Now, according to an analyst from the Edge Analysis Group, the only coin that has been approved for use in the App Store is the Basic Attention Token, an ERC20 token. Interestingly, BATS creators say the token is not a security and therefore not subject to the same regulatory scrutiny from the SEC in the US as other tokens. Now, Coinbase's play is to be ready for when cryptocurrency moves from niche into mainstream, and we'll see if this prediction about BAT actually comes true moving forward as well. Now next, we have reports from the Wall Street Journal that 20% of ICOs are certified scams. The Wall Street Journal found that more than 1/5 of them show signs of being a scam. For the record, this means there are at least 271 cryptocurrency startups that are likely to be fraudulent. The study indicates that at least 124 ICOs faked or concealed team members, 111 had plagiarized white papers, 48 lacked a functioning website, and 25 guaranteed definite returns on investment, which is something the SEC explicitly forbids. As per the Wall Street Journal, while many of these ICOs have shut down, some continue to raise money from unsuspecting investors. The findings further suggest sketchy cryptocurrency startups have collected more than $1 billion in funds from investors, with lost claims for $273 million already being filled through lawsuits and regulatory actions. The study found that many ICO team pages featured pictures, things just as simple as stock photos that were found on Shutterstock and in Google, and not actually real people at all. Now, Google has just taken a crack at poaching Ethereum's Vitalik Buterin. Google might be one of the world's most in-demand employers, but has still seen a number of their employees quit to form their own blockchain ventures. And Google is reportedly exploring a range of applications with a possible short-term emphasis on cloud systems. It might be looking for some more expert help though, and one Google recruiter apparently took a stab at poaching Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin. It came to light when Buterin posted a screenshot of the email on Twitter along with the poll asking, "Should I drop Ethereum and work for Google?" Now the tweet has since been deleted, possibly because the original didn't redact the recruiter's name and email, and it was because it was being widely reported that Buterin was seriously considering leaving Ethereum for Google. If he did, it would almost certainly do very unpleasant things to Ethereum's price. Fortunately though for Ethereum fans, it was probably just a joke, as many have suspected. Now, reports that 2018 has been broken many records for venture, blockchain, and crypto funding. And it's only May, and the total amount of venture capital funds have invested in blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and this is excluding ICOs, has already surpassed 2017's total. This is according to reports from TechCrunch. Mainstream speculators might be pulling back from cryptocurrency hype, but institutional interest is growing rapidly. Just 5 months in, the space has raised $1.3 billion in venture capital fundraising rounds, significantly more than any other year to date. The numbers for this year are partly driven by the emergence of VC divisions among crypto companies themselves. Ripple recently created the X-Spring VC fund to explore more use cases for the XRP token, while Coinbase is aiming to become the Google of crypto by pursuing a similar VC and acquisition strategy. Crypto mining giant Bitmain also isn't letting its money sit idle either and is one of the primary contributors to Circle's recent $110 million fundraising round, which makes up a sizable portion of this year's $1.3 billion total to date. And finally, MIT students have built a crypto mining dancing video game. A pair of MIT students, Agnes Cameron and Callie Redzepi, created a Dance Dance Revolution mat that mines cryptocurrencies on a private Ethereum blockchain. This is according to Sky News. They created the mat for a party during which it strung together about 10,000 blocks through the power of dance. It was intended as a party gimmick, but it also raises some interesting questions about the concept of creating value, especially in a world where robots have taken many of the jobs. We've been talking a lot in the group about possible futures that this project could have, said one of the founders, Cameron. One of the ideas that has been passed around is that when robots have taken all our jobs, what are we going to do all day? How will we create value? Maybe it's through dancing. Up next, though, we spoke with Radix CEO Piers Ridyard about the 30-second pitch for Radix and how the company's scalable protocol can help others build safe and reliable services. Check it out.
Okay, so what's your 30-second pitch to a potential funder, to a user? You know, why are you special? Why pick you?
Well, to a potential funder, I'd say that we're not raising yet, but you know, stay tuned. To a potential user, a developer, I'd say, do you want the success of your platform, your service, the thing that you're building, to be potentially bottlenecked by the protocol that you are putting it out on? If CryptoKitties can come along and fill a blockchain so much that you can't get your customers able to use your decentralized application because so many other transactions are going through at the same time, then are you sacrificing your own success because you're being held back by the protocol that you've chosen? And so come use Radix, because we've already proven that we can deliver scalability in a way that means that you will never be bottlenecked from your own success.
And what's the end game here? Where do you want this to go?
So we want this to become as ubiquitous as TCP/IP. You know, we want this to be the protocol that people build everything that they want to build for the future, the decentralized future that's coming, right? So I don't see this as being something that consumers necessarily think about. They won't go, oh, I've got some RADs in my wallet, but it's things that we would like developers to be like, I am going to build my platform, my service, my company on Radix, because it is the place to build these kind of applications.
Now, taking a look at what's going on with the price of Bitcoin at the moment. Now, quick few dot points summarizing up. Bitcoin price is trading with a positive bias around the $8,400 mark against the USD. The price could extend above the current move of $6,500 and $8,800 levels. But if we look at the charts, after a spike below the $8,000 level, Bitcoin price found a strong buying interest against the USD. With the Bitcoin USD pair trading as low as $7,915. It gained traction and moved above the $8,200 mark and then $8,400 mark, but is now again sitting just above the $8,300 mark. The upside move was positive since there was a close above the 8,400 pivot level and the 100-hour simply moving average. Now, Bitcoin buyers got in control and pushed the price above the last swing high of 8,506. When we look up here, it opened the door for more gains, and it seemed like the price was going to test the 1.236 fib extension from the last $8,500 high, but has since dropped down just above the $8,300 mark. Now, should the price gain bullish momentum, it could easily break the $8,600 mark again, with the resistance to test the 1.618 fib extension level from the last decline. Now, the price remains well supported when we keep it above the $8,400 level. However, we've just seen a downside break below $8,400, which may well call for a short-term reversal of the current trend. But looking at the technical indicators for today, The MACD for Bitcoin USD is slightly in the bearish zone. Hourly relative strength index is moving lower towards the 50 level. We have, again, a major support level at 8,400 and a major resistance at 8,650. Now, what's trending on Reddit? Have a look what's going on and what matters in the community in crypto and see what they're talking about and how that could affect prices. Now, up the top there, we've got Coinbase has met with regulators to discuss a banking license. Now, this is a bit of news that we talked about a couple of days ago out of consensus, but it seems like it's finally broken through and is now the most talked about thing in the community. With a proper, it could potentially be the first legitimate and properly run crypto bank. Dimitri thought he was wrecked because of Mt. Gox. This is like a series of videos with these characters, sort of like this cartoon. It's pretty funny if you check it out. I thought he was wrecked because of Mt. Gox. Young Africans listening to a lecture about crypto, which is cool. CoinGate adds Lightning Network support. So more people need to add Lightning Network support, these main places. It still hasn't really been put in the bigger exchanges yet, and there's kind of small channels and more peer-to-peer sending where Lightning is being used at the moment. Pied Piper Coin is doing partnership interviews and supply spin. So Pied Piper Coin, it was like someone made like a joke of Pied Piper Coin because Pied Piper Coin was from Silicon Valley, the TV show, and someone's actually gone and made one, and now it's actually become a thing. So that's kind of interesting and funny. Here's a reminder, just a reminder, the majority of crypto journalism is bought and paid for through advertising, so I feel like that's just a bit of a media skeptic. Although Vitalik did call out CoinDesk, claiming that he thought that they were paid for journalism by advertisers and were promoting shit coins and things like that just to take the money. MySgo execs on bringing decentralization yet usable service to the masses, an interview there. 21-year-old, some career advice for a young person looking to get involved with blockchain. What else have we got? Let's face it, we expect the world to adapt our ecosystem, but only 0.01% of the people in the world ever used anything other than Coinbase. The main problem, bad user experience, and makes it difficult to adopt, and that's what CardStack wants to change. Now, I'm not going to click on that because I feel like it's just going to be a post from CardStack shilling their product, but they do raise a really good product that bad user experience right now is a big problem in the community, and until that gets changed and until that is made a lot easier, we're not going to see much of the mainstream world get involved in the crypto space. BitMEX running insider trading division for a privileged few. It's all market making. Someone made a spreadsheet to go over upcoming ICOs, so if you're into that, you can find that here on the thread. We talked about that yesterday. World's floating nation with its own government by Peter Thiel to launch crypto as its currency by 2020. And 0x is really key project to understanding the fundamentals of blockchain. That seems to be all there is on the community today. A little bit there, but we'll check in again there tomorrow. But next, I want to talk about BAT, or Basic Attention Token. So we talked about before the rumors that Coinbase are looking to add BAT to its system as an ERC20 token, as its utility and not a security. And it's brought more attention to the token in the last 24 hours. But what is BAT? What's Basic Attention Token? So BAT is a blockchain-based digital advertising token based on Ethereum. The mission of the BAT token and the team is that it wants to try and fix the broken state of the current digital advertising space in which users are being unknowingly tracked, publishers are having trouble monetizing their content, and advertisers are constant victims to click fraud. Digital advertising revenue has quickly become monopolized by the two big kids on the block. In fact, Facebook and Google alone received 73% of all online ad dollars, and this is what the BAT team and what the BAT token is trying to change. So BAT, essentially what it's trying to do is cut out the middleman from the advertising process. Users are paid for their attention watching ads, and publishers receive the majority of the ad revenue directly. Additionally, advertisers gain a better return on interest and more accurate data to analyze using BAT. Currently, the only web browser able to use BAT is Brave, a browser created by the BAT development team. And their roadmap states, though, that the BAT system will be integrated into other browsers and apps by the end of the year. Using smart contracts, advertisers essentially send ads with a token payment to a locked state to users. When a user views the ads, they receive a portion of the token payment. The Brave browser also receives some of the token payment. The remainder of the payment is sent to the publisher who hosted the advertisement. As a user, you can spend your BAT on several things in the browser, including premium articles and products, donations to content providers, or high-resolution photos and data services. The BAT ecosystem may even expand to use BAT micropayments for comments and up-down votings in forums. I think there's one that currently does at the moment called Steam It, so pretty similar to that. Now, a system like this is allegedly advantageous for everyone in the digital advertising space. Now, the team claims that users are able to surf the web privately again while monetizing their attention. Publishers can get back a good chunk of revenue previously lost to bots and middlemen, and advertisers will allegedly receive better data on the campaigns, enabling them to target their messages more effectively. But so there's some history behind the team. Now, officially announced in March of last year, the BAT platform is fairly young. The project had a successful token sale in May and raised around $35 million in under 30 seconds. So it's pretty amazing what they managed to raise there. But the BAT team actually consists of quite a few heavy hitters in the tech industry. One of them being the notable being Brendan Eich, the founder and chief visionary. Now, Brendan created JavaScript. Yeah, the JavaScript that we all use and know is behind like 90% of the websites and what we do on the internet at the moment. But he also co-founded Mozilla, which is Firefox. I think it's at the moment is the second most used web browser on desktops in the world. And if there's anything you want leading a new browser-based advertising company, it's probably going to be this guy. Now, the team is also being advised by Zuko Wilcox, who is the founder and CEO of Zcash, as well as Anka Nandawi, who is the product manager at Coinbase. Now, BAT is almost the only cryptocurrency project focusing, or that's actually running, I should say, focusing on digital advertising. There are a few others out there that are creating decentralized ad exchanges, except the problem with them is they either don't exist or they have specifically on certain parts of advertising and not looking to own the whole space there. While BAT is expanding beyond advertising to include premium content, publisher support, and micro donations and things like that. So it's a bit of an update there. We saw us adding Coinbase. There was quite a few questions we'd seen come through. So hopefully that helps you out there and explains what BAT is and perhaps why Coinbase is looking at it. But we have a few more questions from our viewers, with the first one asking, if I have a blockchain wallet, can I send crypto like Fun to it? Fun is ETH-based, right? If you have an ETH wallet that supports ERC20 tokens, yep, you can send Fun to it. Correct, Fun is Ethereum based and is an ERC20 token, so you do need an ERC20 token based wallet. Be careful because not all Ethereum wallets actually support ERC20 tokens. So make sure that yours explicitly says it supports them. If it does, you can receive any ERC20 token such as Fun. And our next question asks, how did you get interested in cryptocurrency originally? Now, this is an interesting question. So my interest in cryptocurrency, that came from, what would have been 2011. Yeah, probably 2011 or 2012. And I actually I got it through Dogecoin, funnily enough. I actually thought it was a joke. I thought it was really funny. It had real no value, and back then you could mine crypto with pretty much anything. And me and a couple of friends at school, we had like school-supplied netbooks, which I don't think you even sell netbooks anymore, but netbooks were like these tiny little underpowered things that essentially Intel was just trying to get manufacturers to flog, really underpowered. But I just used to set it up, and I would do all my work in my school book, and then use the netbook to essentially run a Dogecoin miner. And I got really into Dogecoin, and then I kind of dropped off it for a couple of years after that, and then got really back into it sort of in the end of 2016 and just sort of followed it around there. I found it really interesting about how, one of the things that made me interested was when I worked out and discovered that how little of the US dollar is actually backed by physical goods, and people have this idea that fiat currency is all obviously backed by something. But the truth is, if 51% of us all decided that we didn't think the Australian dollar or the US dollar had any value, it would essentially be worthless. And so the idea of creating these currencies that have the same power and can be spent and without the control of individual bodies and restrictions, and can just have that same revolution that technology's had on all these different other industries really fascinated me. and I've sort of been into it ever since. I wish I invested earlier in some ICOs, especially in some of the bigger ones now, like Ethereum. I saw it, I could have got in, but I didn't want to, and I really wish I did. But I sort of been following it from that angle for there, and then I got, I guess, hardcore into it towards mid last year, as a lot of people did, and then just been stuck on the wave ever since, and here I am. But yeah, but I originally got into it from Dogecoin. And Dogecoin is still the coin that I hold the most of any. Back from when I mined it, 5 years ago now, 6 years ago now. So that's sort of my interest in there. Keen to hear other people's stories and how they got into it, actually. Jump onto our Telegram channel, which is Crypto Finder TV, and super keen to hear about your stories. Some of the best stories I'll read out in the show tomorrow. I think everyone's got different stories, so keen to hear all of them. But that brings us to the end of today's show. If you have any questions about crypto or just trying to make sense of it all, let us know using hashtag #TheDailyExchange on Twitter, leaving a comment down below, or jump on our live chat or Telegram channel, which again is Crypto Finder TV, and we'll try to answer it in the next show. Also, while you're there, let us know what's going on in your world of crypto. Also, be sure to check out finder.com for more cryptocurrency news and our other videos on our YouTube channel for more up-to-the-second information on everything crypto and blockchain related. But that's it for today. I'm your host, Harry Tucker. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you the same time tomorrow.